Yeah.
Welcome back to the Waiver Wave. I'm your host, Tim Petropolis, with your Week 8 waiver wire priorities. Let's get started right off the bat with some running backs who are taking the place of some injured big names. The first name in this list is former Eagles running back and current Patriots running back, Kenyon Barner. Now, Sony Michel went down with an injury that could be bad, could not be, conflicting reports. Either way, he's going to be out at least a couple weeks. Kenyon Barner looks like the guy who's going to take his place. When he went down, Barner got 10 carries for 38 yards. And although James White got most of the fantasy production, he's not an in-between-the-tackles runner like Kenyon Barner is. Now be careful before you blow all your fab or use your #1 waiver priority, because the Patriots are the Patriots. And if Michel is out for a long time, they may make a move for another guy like, say, a Mike Gillislee to come back, because they're more of a traditional in-between-the-tackles type of runner. If you have Michel in the Patriots backfield, pick up Kenyon Barner, but know that he might not be your last pickup that you need to make. Matt Breida seems to have healing abilities beyond our wildest dreams, because every week he goes down with a career-ending injury and then comes back just fine. The only problem is he runs the risk of re-aggravating those injuries in the middle of the game, which is what he did last week. Now, we thought that it was going to be Alfred Morris that was going to be the beneficiary of all this, but out of nowhere, his teammate Raheem Mostert has come out in the last 2 games and been the change of pace back when Breida's been in, and has taken Breida's role when Breida's been out of the game. Last week, he rushed 11 times for 78 yards in an offense with an offensive mind who knows how to run the rock. If Mostert gets the opportunity, he'll be able to help your team catch up. Catch up? Mustard? Get it? Marshawn Lynch is another person who's set to miss at least 2 to 4 weeks, and in his stead will be Doug Martin and Jalen Richard. Of those two, Jalen Richard is the much preferred pickup. As of right now, Derek Carr has the least intended air yards of any quarterback in the league, which means he loves the check down. And now with Amari Cooper being traded to the Cowboys, more and more targets will add up for Jalen Richard. Scheduled to come off IR this week is Donta Foreman of the Texans. Now, he was on the waiver wave before in our future episode, and now is the time to pick him up. He is coming back to a Houston backfield that is desperate for a running game, and he should see snaps as soon as he gets back. I wouldn't say he's a start just yet, but in the long term, he could have the starting running back position in the Houston backfield as the weeks go on. Over to the wide receiver position, Tyrell the Gazelle Williams has had 2 absolutely monster games and seems to be earning the trust of Phillip Rivers every single week after a couple of bad drops early in the season. In his last 2 weeks, he has 7 catches for 236 yards and 3 touchdowns. Now, he is still a boom or bust play, but as he gets more and more a regular part of this offense, his bust potential seems to be going ever so down. If you need a bye week fill-in, there is no better guy who could give you one of those big-time superstar performances in place of your superstar than Tyrell the Gazelle Williams. And finally, Jack Doyle is scheduled to play this week. Now, be wary. He was scheduled to play last week and still missed the game. But when he is back, Andrew Luck loves throwing to Jack Doyle. They love throwing to the tight end in that offense anyway. Outside of T.Y. Hilton, their tight ends are going to be the most involved in the offense. Jack Doyle, in a very weak tight end landscape, like I keep repeating over and over again every week, is a pickup to have. Those are your waiver wire pickups for week 8. To continue supporting Veterans Minimum, please visit patreon.com/veteransminimum. For a small monthly fee, you guys can get extra episodes, free merch, a chance to win $200, and much, much, much more from the VM guys, and you'll support the show. Now that's a win-win if I ever heard one. And of course, visit me on all social media outlets at TipPetrop, but only if you're feeling real frisky. And with that, I'll give you the wave. You just gotta ride it.
Phoenix through the sky now, lighters in the sky now, looking like it's mine now. Dancing in the devil's kitchen, know he's on the ones and twos. Abuse a booth like uncles do, then dunk it like a dungaroo.